This Sunday, we will continue in our summer journey through this long green season, the season after Pentecost. But of course, also, there are some more secular holidays and things in the mix, with Juneteenth being on Friday and Sunday also being Father's Day. And actually, those concepts that are around those two events maybe allow us a little bit of an entry into some of the more difficult scripture passages that we read in the lectionary. In Paul's letter to the Romans, he talks at first about, for we are baptized into Christ's death, but we are also then risen with Christ in life, and that death has no more dominion over us, that we are raised to life eternal. And then Jesus's very difficult teachings about making sure that we honor God and our spirituality more than anything else, to not even think of brother or sister or father or mother, that we are to keep our eye and our devotion primarily fixed on God. But embedded in all of that, he says, do you not know that even a sparrow that falls to the ground, God knows and cares? And are you not worth more than the sparrows? That if not a hair on your head can fall without God knowing it. And so very fitting thoughts about Father's Day, that God watches over us and cares for us like a father. And then Juneteenth is an interesting commemoration because, of course, that was when the Emancipation Proclamation was read to those last citizens in Texas. And it's an interesting thought that they were already free, but they didn't know it. That those folks in Texas were already free under the law, but they were living under the illusion of slavery or under binding. And that kind of goes back to Paul's passage, that we are already free, that God has freed us and brought us into new life, and that sometimes we forget that or our eyes are clouded from that. So that idea of care, of God caring for us, is something that permeates the service, even though it's clothed in sometimes what seem like some very difficult concepts. The music will hopefully help soften that and bring out those more, those deeper meanings that we have in the text, and will bring us to understand all of this through that lens of God's care and compassion for us. We've done something, I hope, a little bit creative in trying to picture some of that gentleness. At the Eucharist, in the communion hymns, we will be singing "Deck Thyself, My Soul, with Gladness." This is a German Reformation chorale. We sing it fairly frequently, several times a year. It has a very beautiful melody, and it's sort of a love song about experiencing God in the Eucharist. But it has this beautiful opening. But before we get there, at the psalm, of course, we've been singing the psalm together congregationally, inviting all of the congregation to chant the psalm. We've been doing that with the simplified Anglican chant. And again, it's a psalm of reliance upon God. And the tune is actually taken right from that first phrase of the hymn. So whereas the hymn, we will chant the psalm, "Answer me, O Lord, for your love is kind. In your great compassion turn to me. Draw near to me and redeem me. Because of my enemies, deliver me." That same passage from the psalm. So a little bit of a way to tie those themes together and, again, bring out the gentleness that is really underlying all of the texts that we have today. So we hope that as you celebrate Juneteenth and as you celebrate Father's Day, as you walk through this time of the summer, that you will continue to worship with us. We have our 8 o'clock service in the chapel, Rite 1, 9 o'clock at Lakeshore Park, and 10:30 with choir, Rite 2 in the Cathedral Church. We hope that you will worship with us this Sunday.